We're going to kind of step this through, right? So the next logical question in terms of, all right, I know I'm going to make the decision, I'm going to get out, but now I need to navigate the pathways of where to go. And there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of different options for a junior military officer, very tied to the government. Obviously, as government employees, that could be a potential path, or the business route could be a path, or entrepreneurship, or you go to grad school. There's a lot of different routes you can take. So how do I determine if the corporate route is the path for me?
Absolutely. Well, this is a tough one, right? Because most people that have worn the uniform, stepped into the military immediately after college, or not much time after college. And many times their commissioning source, whether it's ROTC or a service academy, they began that program right out of high school. So their knowledge of this thing called corporate America is a little bit, it's not that established. And I always like to say a lot of military folks are amazed at how little people that have never served in the military know about the military, right? Because all they've learned about the military oftentimes comes from a movie or a book or so forth, and it's not necessarily the case. And that's the same thing about the business world. What is this thing all about? I've never had, my parents were in the military or in the business. I've never been in business, and they watch these movies, Wolf on Wall Street, and things like that, and they have this perception of the business world. And bottom line is, the business world is not right for every transitioning junior military officer, and that's a fact. There are some unique things about the business world that make it different than many other things that you can do after you take off the uniform. And so for me, 3 questions I challenge people to think about as they kind of wrestle with, what do I want to do? And the first is, do you actually enjoy leadership? I mean, not do it just because, you've been told in order to get that next promotion, you got to take that platoon, or if you're a Navy guy, you got to take that division and so forth. But do you actually enjoy the challenges, and as we very well know, the headaches of leadership? Do you like it? Second, do you have true confidence in your abilities? And then third, are you actually comfortable with the scoreboard? Okay. And I think if you answer yes to those 3 questions, yes, you like leadership, yes, you believe in yourself, and yes, you're comfortable with the scoreboard, the business world could be a very viable option for you. And here's why. There is no pathway outside of the military that will stretch you and give you the same type of leadership opportunities that the business world gives. None. It is boundless. Okay, I often say, to West Point graduates, when you go to your 10-year reunion, the happiest folks in the room are oftentimes FBI agents. When you go to your 20-year reunion, sometimes the most disappointed are FBI agents, because what they did from year 10 to year 20 after graduation is not nearly what can happen when you go into the business world. Leadership is the key to success in business, and it's valued. Do you believe in yourself? You've been in logistics. Can you do something other than supply chain? Absolutely, you can, but you may have to stretch yourself. Yeah, I was in military intelligence. Can I do something other than going to go work for the intel community? I can go on and on. My point is that there are a lot of things to do, but it's a new world, but you have to believe in yourself. And then the scoreboard, I always like to say military folks have this love-hate relationship, especially top tier ones, with the military pay chart, right? You work your tail off, you do all these wonderful things, but you can't get a promotion, ahead of your peers until you're well into your career, until typically the 04 mark on the wall, and that can be frustrating. Well, in the business world, we're going to pay you by what you do. We're going to reward performance, and if you like the scoreboard, if you believe in yourself, it's a great place to be. So, again, very personal choice. I would just tell you that leadership, confidence, and the willingness to compete, if you have that in your DNA, I don't know if there's a better place than the business world. So that's what I'd say, Derek, on that one.